Hey everyone, my name's Katana Ken, and welcome to your future Minecraft world. That's right, I'm building this world just for you. You only get one life in hardcore, and I'm using mine to build a world for anyone to play in and explore. Once my character dies, I'll release the map for download. There's going to be lots of lore to uncover and even a main quest. There's just one problem though. If we take a look in this chest, we can see all the valuables I've gotten over the course of my journey. But I wouldn't want anyone to have access to this stuff until after they finish the main quest. I could hide this stuff in my ender chest, but that would mean after I die, no one else will ever be able to access it, because only the person who put something in an ender chest can take it out. Instead, I'm going to build a secret hidden vault to store my wealth. Every vault needs a big door, so we got to figure out how to make that first. Let me hop over to my creative world and we can do some redstone testing. I was thinking we'd go with a 3x3 door like this. I've never built one of these, but I have built a 2x3 door, which is significantly easier because you just need to push these two layers together and then pull them apart. But with a 3x3, it's not so simple because you need to clear out this center layer somehow. So obviously we can clear out these two layers just like with the other door. We can do the bottom one on a piston as well. Also do one on top. Now we just got to figure out this center block. So can a sticky piston move a sticky piston? So they can't be moved while they're extended. Check it out, a working 3x3 piston door. It's time to rebuild this in my hardcore world. But to help preserve the secrecy, I'm going to do it off camera. So we're just going to jump right to the finished product. 3, 2, 1... and wha-bam! Welcome to my secret vault. The place I built it and the way you get here is actually so cool, but I can't talk about it and it hurts. It would give away too much. Here's my 3x3 piston door. I'll show it later, but I was able to make some optimizations that cause it to open and close much faster. But beyond the door lies all of my treasure. First, we have a giant pile of emeralds, and we have some iron and gold and diamonds. The emeralds and iron on display here are just a small fraction of what I actually own. The diamonds and gold though, this is literally everything I have. I put it all into blocks and put it on display. It's actually really cool to have a physical representation of my resources, because I feel like it motivates me to gather more just so I can add to the pile, even if I don't need to actually use it for anything. This next section has a ton of equipment on display, totems of undying, enchanted tools, and it has all my elytras too. But in the center is a lectern, and when you play this world, you'll find my final will there. I thought it'd be funny if a Minecraft character had a will. If you want to know what it says, you'll just have to come find it. Every week when I'm done recording, I'm going to make a trip here to drop off my valuables. I also put lots of paintings up on the wall because I figured it'd be fitting for a vault to have artwork. And I have enchanted books on these bookshelves too. And these are all pretty decent ones. So I think I have a ton of like Swift Sneak books. I got Projectile Protection 4, Fire Protection 4, and Sealed. Now let's hop over to my creative world and take a look at how I improved the door. So here is my original design. The only thing that really needed optimization was this center block, because that's really what was so slow. I built a replica of the redstone of that middle block, so this pink wool is the block we want to move, and the button sends out a signal that lasts about a second. So we activate it, it stays on for a second, and then once it turns off, then we can extend this one to move the wool. Something with a shorter signal could make the whole thing a lot faster. So I figured an observer would be good, but a problem I discovered is that the observer sends two signals, one when the bulb is powered and one when it's unpowered. The way I solved the double impulse problem was just by doing a second copper bulb with a comparator. So the first pulse will depower this redstone torch and move this block, breaking the circuit. And then on the second pulse, it just recompletes the circuit and the signal dies right here. Just for comparison, let's look at the old one more time. And now take a look at how quick the new one is. It's like instant. Now that my treasure's ready for you to find, I wanted to make sure the rest of the world was ready as well. I've actually been working on this for a while in between episodes, and now we'll go through and see all the little changes I've made to make the new player experience better. Starting at spawn, I've set up a little campsite just in case it's night when new players arrive. And then across the path, I've added a world map and a local area map. The world map has all of my builds so far pinned on it. And then I've added a welcome message. Hi, I'm Katana Ken, and welcome to my hardcore world. I filled it with many places for you to explore and loot. Just please don't remove items from the museum displays. There are 2 quests for you to complete. Number 1, slay the Ender Dragon. 4 end crystals are hidden in containers around the land. Find them, bring them to the end, and slay the dragon. All crystals will be in a location marked by a colored pin/banner on the map. Number 2, find the secret vault. All of my wealth is located in a single vault. A clue regarding its location can be found on the main end island. Most locations are reachable from this path. I recommend visiting points of interest in the overworld before using the nether tunnels to reach them. Finally, you don't have to break or place any blocks to complete these quests unless I specifically state to do so. Have fun. So like I mentioned earlier, I wanted there to be something of a main quest, and I figured what what better than slaying the dragon? If you don't know, you can respawn the end dragon by placing 4 end crystals around the end portal. So 4 of these locations have end crystals in them. In addition to the free equipment shop, I've also built a free horse pen. These horses are really quick too because they're all children of my fastest horse, Han. I've also added signs to aid with navigation at most crossroads. So we can see here we have the museum on the right, and then if we follow the path down a bit, we'll encounter another sign that says Avalanche Town is now on the right, and if you go left, you'll continue to Nitwood Village. And then every town has a sign welcoming you so you know you've arrived, and you'll find more maps here as well. I also went back and added loot to every single chest, and as you can see, I've included some goodies that aren't in the regular villager loot table, just to make it more worth exploring. It also just makes the villages feel more alive, because it creates the illusion that the villagers are actually using these chests to store things, even though they don't ever actually interact with them. If we fly over to Dogtown, we can see another example of the improved navigation, because as we approach, we're able to see the name of the town, and then close to the center, there's a sign guiding you to the path to Old Town, and then more maps, the world map and the Dogtown map. I've also updated my nether tunnels quite a bit. I replaced all the netherrack with blackstone and deep slate, and then I did a pale moss carpet on the floor to prevent mobs from spawning. There are also signs showing what's where, so we can see this way's Dogtown, Old Town is that way. I've only revamped the nether tunnels in like the story related areas. So beyond like the main settlements, it's just regular nether tunnels, although I still did do moss carpet in a bunch. Another improvement I've made to the tunnels is adjusting the way you face when you enter and exit, because the way you're looking when you leave the nether will be the same direction you're looking when you load into the overworld. So if you set up the portals correctly, you can just keep walking straight through because you're already facing where you need to be. Bam, we just keep going. We don't got to worry about turning around or anything. And then when we re-enter, it's the same case. The way I did this is by always in the overworld having the portal point the direction I want, and then in the nether moving the portal so that you can only enter from the direction I want you to face when you leave. So if we take a look at the hidden bunker portal, for example, when you walk down the hallway, the portal's not just right at the end. You have to flip around the corner, and that was because I wanted you to be facing towards the bunker when you exit. Thinking about people experiencing this world for the first time is actually why I'm not playing with shaders today, because I want to see the world as most people will see it, which is no shader, no distant horizons, just vanilla graphics. And honestly, I've spent so long playing with shaders exclusively that playing without them actually feels kind of exciting and new. Because I always saw the default visuals as just that, the default, something to be improved upon and changed. But since I'm so used to shaders now, I've been able to reevaluate the vanilla graphics, and I gotta say, I really like it. The shaders make the game feel a lot more epic, but I feel like it's more cartoony with just these simple graphics. I'll probably switch back and forth depending on the episode, but I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments whether you prefer me playing with shaders or without. And with that, I think the world is ready for new players. They'll be able to explore all my builds, fight the dragon, and look for the secret vault. For a while now, I've been in fear that my character would die before I could do all this, and anyone new playing would be confused, so it's a big relief to have this done. With all this talk of my character's death, I thought it'd be fun to do a segment called How I'm Probably Gonna Die. I play pretty carefully nowadays, but I'm still not invincible. Even though I keep healing items in my hotbar, a totem in my offhand, and a spare one in my inventory, there's still things that could get me, and being aware of them will hopefully help me avoid them. I think the most likely way I die is I forget to put my totem in my offhand and then get killed by something dumb like fall damage. Because sometimes when I'm organizing my inventory or my shulker boxes, I'll put my offhand totem away by accident as well. I've had actually a couple close calls in the past from not having my totem on me, including one where I was almost killed by a piglin I encountered in my nether tunnels, which is part of the reason why I decided to spawn proof them. The sad part is I didn't even realize till I was editing that I had my totem gone. I had no idea how close of a brush with death it was. I think the next most likely way I die is I fly somewhere, forget to put my chestplate back on, and then get into a fight. Because without your chestplate, you take way more damage, but you have to take it off to fly around. So if I ever somehow forgot to put the chestplate back on, then I could get killed a lot more easily. And even if I had my totem, it might not save me because you don't come back with full health. I could take enough damage after being brought back to instantly kill me again. So I always make sure the first thing I do when I land is put my chestplate back on. But speaking of flying, I think the next most likely death is that I fly into a wall. Because if I'm going fast enough, hitting the wall could just instantly kill me. And even though the totem will bring me back, I could fly right into a wall again. So I try to only use my elytra when I'm in a big open area. I think another likely way I could die is the warden, because the warden can kill me in 3 hits, even with full enchanted netherite armor. So if he took me down, he'd very quickly be able to do it again after my totem brings me back, especially considering I'll be down on health. And then the last thing that I think is likely to kill me is the void. The void is the space between the islands in the end, and if you fall down there, the totem won't save you. You'll just die. I think there's only 2 ways I end up down in the void though. Number 1 is I don't keep an eye on my elytra durability and it breaks works while I'm flying over the void. But I could also get knocked into the void by a mob and then not react fast enough to fly out. If I'm just panicking, especially if I'm panicking, I might just forget to put my wings on. And the main mob that could do that is the Ender Dragon, because its attacks have a lot of knockback. But I think it's time we face our fears, because I need to make sure the instructions I put for summoning the dragon work, and I need to see what kind of destruction happens to the main island. First, I need to craft 4 end crystals, so it costs a ghast here and an Eye of Ender. I think we gotta take a quick trip to the Nether. This is the exit to the main Nether from my tunnels, and you can see that I've spawn-proofed it and also set up these twisting vines, because when you fly in, if you unequip your wings, the vines will just catch you. Switch to my chest plate, and I'm good. So that makes it really easy to go in and out. First, let's try and get some blaze rods. This is the same place I farmed blaze rods to kill the dragon the first time. Can these guys even hurt me anymore? No, I take 0 damage when they attack me. 10 blaze rods, wow, that's definitely enough. Now we gotta hunt some ghasts, which is usually kind of a pain. But now that I have a spear, I should be able to just fly into them and kill them, as long as we can find one. Hello? There he is. I think he's over land. Oops, let's go get him. Oh, he's in the lava. Come here, buddy. Oh, the piglins. Leave me alone. Prepare to eat my spear. Oh no, he went over the... Oh, I'm not gonna get the gas tears. Please give me your tears. Halfway there. Oh, I ran out of rockets. No. Oh yeah, we're good. To respawn dragon, place 1 crystal on bedrock on each side of the portal. Let's follow my own directions and see if they work. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So much easier than the first time. This is going smooth. Come on. Yes! Oh, that breath does a lot of damage. So I think you can actually snipe the crystals through the grate. Gotta get the angle right. Yes! I remember the first time I fought the dragon, I ran out of arrows. Now it's time to see what this thing can do. Ouch! Too easy. That dragon never stood a chance. And my signs are still intact. Now, back to spawn. And that's all I got time for this week, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.